A registered agent is someone who is designated to receive legal paperwork from you. So demand letters, lawsuits, and the like. That is their only role. A registered agent will not write a response for you. A registered agent will not fight your battle for you unless you engage them. If it's an attorney and a law firm, then you engage them and then they represent you. A registered agent isn't going to do anything other than receive your mail for you. They cannot file paperwork on Sunbiz for you unless they are part of your company somehow and they're authorized to do so. The only role that a registered agent is supposed to play is to collect or to receive, be able to be accessible and to be able to receive legal paperwork on behalf of your company. That is the role of the registered agent.
Can you please explain to listeners why do we need a agent when we have a business in Florida?
Right. So the registered agent becomes really, really important just for actually just to show notice that's given. So for example, and I'll take the most common reason that you would need a registered agent. If you're being sued, if you're being sued as a company and you don't have, for example, a current address or someone can't find you, they will serve your registered agent. They're supposed to serve your registered agent. And the registered agent's job is to make sure that they give you that paperwork. That is their whole entire job. So it becomes really important that you have a registered agent, like not only accessible, but current. You always have to update your registered agent. And because of that purpose, you want to make sure that you have proof that a demand is being sent to you or a lawsuit is being sent to you. And why does that become important? Because once you're served with a lawsuit, you have 20 days to file an answer. You have 20 days. Your clock starts ticking the day that you get served. So it becomes important that you can show the court, the other side can show the court, look, I served the registered agent on this date. And then the clock starts ticking from that date. So the reason that I sidebar to talk about the registered agent is because I've had clients ask me, well, yeah, my registered agent is going to file my annual report. And I have to ask them, did you have that arrangement with them? Is it a service that does both registered agents and annual reports? Because usually that's not the role. Or they'll have, well, I'm just going to put my attorney. And I say, well, did you ask your attorney if your attorney can do that? If that's part of their services, like I do that for some of my clients. I'm their registered agent. And that's fine because we have that conversation and that's part of the package or whatnot. But, you can't just appoint someone because now, the reason I keep on saying accessible, current person or entity that can serve as your registered agent is because if you have a registered agent that is not accessible, meaning a lot of people will put their names and their personal addresses for their companies, and I've seen it all the time, which is fine. But if you live in some private high rise somewhere that no process server is going to be able to get in because it's uber private and you can't just walk in there, if you're not accessible in that someone can go and say, are you Mr. So and so, are you Mark? Okay, here you go, I serve you, and then you can have the affidavit of service. Then what the state can do is dissolve your company.
Wow.
They can dissolve your company. I've actually had that happen. Actually, I did it for my client for another company that we tried so many times to serve them, and they were just completely inaccessible. And
Wow.
according to the Florida statute, you have to have a registered agent that's over 18, accessible. If you can't get to them, then how can you serve them? That's like hiding from the court in a way, right? Saying,
Yeah.
I'm behind my secret private place that you can't get to. So, too bad for you. You can't sue me. No, that's not right. And that's not fair. So I've actually had that. And I wrote to the state and I wrote to the Division of Corporations and I told them that here's all the certificates of non-service from all my process servers. I think I sent them like 3 or 4 times. They could not get in. They could not get to the person. And I sent it to the state and they said, okay, we're going to send them a notice if they don't have a registered agent that's accessible within, I think it was 30 days or something like that, then they're going to dissolve their company. And I go, okay, great. Let's just go ahead and do that. So it becomes important. And again, if you don't understand what in the setup and the formation part, if you don't understand why they're asking you for these individual things, they're not asking you because they like having questionnaires filled out. Some business not asking you this stuff because they just like having a pretty questionnaire. Everything is very purposeful. And if you read the instructions, it tells you all the time, according to Florida statute, whatever, there's an entire page of instructions before you actually start filling out the forms. So it's very good to read that to get more of an understanding. The content on Minding Your Business is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as specific legal advice. This show discusses general legal issues affecting business owners. Opinions of the guests are not necessarily that of the show. If you need assistance with your specific legal issue, please consult with a licensed attorney.